Well, thanks for sticking around. It's been a long day with the weather delay and everything, so why don't we just get right to it. I'll try to help you whatever I can.
Talk about your defensive play. You started to get together there as the game went on.
Yeah, you know, I've told you that the defense is going to be a work in progress. If it wasn't, then everything I believe in is not real. If practice is everything, and cumulative repetitions are what make you an elite player, we just haven't had enough practices with these new guys yet. We have a lot of new guys on the defense. We're going to keep working. We got better. I was really proud of the way, you know, it got to be tenuous there for a minute, and the way they locked in and got some stops. I thought we got some big time stops when we needed them. We still have eye violations. We still have some things that you sit there and go, why would we do that? And then we made some mistakes as coaches. So we're going to have to just continue to chop away there with the defense. But I was proud of them. They fought, and you know, it's good, really good.
What has stood out to you the most through these first few games about how efficient and opportunistic the offense has been, especially with the way that Nathan has won?
Well, I think, you know, again, that's why I believe in what I believe in. Kirk's been here now, this is his third year, right? It's, you know, what is Ethan doing? He's running, he's repeating. You know, it's not like we reinvent our offense every day. So practice, you know, I just believe so much in cumulative repetitions of doing things correctly. You know, it becomes more and more second nature. And some of those throws and catches today, you know, with Ethan and Ian had I thought a tremendous game. KJ, really. I mean, not only did they have a lot of catches, and I don't really get into the stats much, but they had a lot of DPIs caused, right? Like they were getting tackled. So, you know, they don't go on the stat board, but those would have been big plays. The reason they got tackled is they got them beat. So I think we're coming around there. I think there's some young guys like Ben Black who we need to keep pushing into the game. DT is already established. You know, he had a couple drops, but he gonna be fine. You know, I thought Kenny, he had a drop, but then he came back and made converted a first down. I thought Colin, same thing. He made some. That's a good defense. I mean, you saw what they did last week. Essentially giving up 10 points to Wisconsin. You know, Wisconsin had a pick six that went out of bounds at late. It wasn't a pick six. They picked one and went out of bounds at the 2. So it's a really good defense over there. And I was proud of our offense. I think tremendous game plan by Coach Shiraka. You know, obviously we don't always come out throwing like that, but I think he did what needed to be done to a defense that basically dares you to do that. So I was really proud of our whole coaching staff. I mean, it's been hard, right? Defensively, there's a lot of great coaches on that staff, and it drives them crazy that we're not playing to the level. But again, it's what practice is about. So we just keep going, go back to work tomorrow, and we'll continue to get better and better. We just got to keep them healthy. And I'm worried about Dante Chin. That'll hurt if it's long term.
To be clear, you're not sure about Dante, whether it'll be long term or not at this point. It's too early.
I don't know.
Can you just explain what happened on the last play of the third quarter? Some confusion, some frustration on your part as well. Just what exactly happened? What were your conversations with the officials? Break it down for us, please.
Okay, so this is how we're going to handle this. I'm going to handle that with the league office, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
And then, Coach, you mentioned a little bit about Ian Strong, but just what have you seen from him both as a leader and a player in his development in year 3 now?
He's right in the process of developing. He's not there yet, and he'll be the first to tell you. But man alive, I mean, let's remember now, this guy was recruited as a safety, and I'm not really sure how many Division I offers he had, right? Like, we started recruiting, Bucknell was his only offer. So, and you talk about a guy who's going to be an NFL football player and all that. I mean, he's a special guy and just works really hard. Again, Coach Brock, Coach McNulty, those guys do a tremendous job. And you know, we took one of the things when we came back, the room wasn't, it may have been one of the weak spots on the team, and being able to flip it and really get some good players in here, and it's going to continue. We have some good players committed at the position, so just got to keep doing it, right? The receivers can change games when they're dominant. You know, there's a lot of, I call it, I've told told you guys before, I call it flyover yards. You fly over a whole bunch of stuff that you never have to see when you can complete those balls. Holding penalties, fumble, all kinds of things that you don't want to think about. So, yeah, we got to keep pressing the envelope. And again, Coach Shiraka is doing a tremendous job leading that staff. Just got to keep going.
After struggling last week against Ohio, the offense went 7 to 10 on third down this week. Did you see from your vantage point any really marked improvement in those money downs?
Well, that was something we talked about, right? Like, we converted a lot of fourth downs last week, but it's not like we wanted to be in fourth downs. They happened because we weren't great at third down. So you're exactly right. You know, it was a little bit of a challenge thrown out, and I thought they stepped up. And, you know, when you're 70% on third down, it doesn't get a lot better than that. I guess it could get 30% better, but it's pretty good.
Quick, hour delay in the start. How did you handle it? Did you prepare for that? Because I know you follow the weather for it, right?
Yeah, we always do. We have, you know, we have home plans, how you handle it at home and how you handle it on the road, because you certainly don't have the same facilities when you're on the road. But I thought our guys, we talked about it, you know, and they were prepared for it. We had a plan, the strength staff, the nutrition staff, the training staff, the coaching staff, the doctors. Everybody knew what we were going to do if we went. It was a little weird that it happened in the warm-up, right? I've had that, believe it or not, before. So I thought our kids did a great job of relaxing when it was time to relax, and then locking back in when it was time to lock back in.
You talked before about Bo being the son of a coach. What did you see on that play, that interception that he had in stepping up?
Well, I thought, first off, he did a really good job. I thought it was a great call by Coach Smith, right? They had worn us out a little bit on a couple routes to the flat, and Coach Smith changed the coverage and put Bo, but you got to make the play, right? And Bo did just that, and it was big. I thought, you know, a big play at the time.
Bill Bryan,
Did a couple long passing plays. Did you see anything particularly on those plays that went
You know,
wrong?
one of them is 100% on me, right? And I got to do a better job coaching that. And then some of them are eye discipline issues that we have to get to the bottom of. There's plenty of things to get fixed for everybody. So there's no like none of this. The one thing that I talk to our team, we got to have each other's back. Always have each other's back. It's tough out there, and I know our players do. They have each other's back, and they have our back, and vice versa. So that's what a family does.
Final question. Anything got more involved in the run game, whether it was scrambles or keepers? Was that something that was a focus going into the game, or was it just kind of how we handled the Miami front?
No, it was a little bit of a focus, and you worry about it, right? But they force, you know, they do it. They do something defensively, schematically that dares you to do it, and you know, and we felt like, you know what, risk reward, we needed to do it. And then like you said, the scrambles he created. So I thought that was big. The other guy that I need to mention that I didn't is Jack Scullion. I mean, that's a weapon, guys. 8 for 8 in touchbacks. You know, so what we did is we ran 8 sprints. We never had to make a tackle, right? To me, you want to play football from the 25. I love it, and I was really proud of him, the way that he handled it, because 8 kickoffs, a lot of kickoffs, right? I want to make a shout out to Big E. Eric's walk, his 15th walk, hard to believe, right? And you know, I obviously couldn't see it, but I heard there was like literally over 1,000 people there following him, which just, it confirms to me what's special about Rutgers, right? The Rutgers community takes care of their own, and that to me was special. So I got to see him before we came down the Scarlet Walk, and that's always special. But I really want to thank everybody in the Rutgers community for stepping up, and they always do. So thanks, guys.
Thanks, Greg.